Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my personal YouTube journey. So over the last couple of years, I have received a lot of questions from many of you asking me things like, why did you start your YouTube channel in the first place? What kind of equipment did you need to get started? When did you start your channel? How much money do you make as a YouTuber? And why don't you show your face? That's a very popular question that I still get today. So I'm going to answer all of those questions in this video. I'm also going to share with you my perspective on the benefits and perks of being a YouTuber, and also the pitfalls and the watch outs for those of you who are seriously considering creating your own YouTube channel. I'm also going to do my very first unboxing of 2022 right under here, and it's nothing that you would expect, but it's going to be fun, so stick around for that and let's get started. So I started my YouTube channel back in October of 2019. And the main reason why I started it is because I was stressed out and overworked. And I really wanted to have a fun, creative outlet that was just using a different side of my brain. And actually, it was my husband that strongly encouraged me to explore having a YouTube channel. So that's how it all began. And because I have this obsession for luxury handbags and luxury shopping, that was kind of a no-brainer. And I didn't want to do a very serious topic because, like I said, I was trying to balance out my serious stressors of my life, specifically my corporate job that was quite busy and quite overwhelming at the time. So that's how it all started. And why I don't show my face, the reason why is because I'm a fairly private person, and I was quite shy as well in the beginning to even talk into the camera, but let alone show my entire face. So it's kind of like a privacy and also security thing for me, and also the fact that I don't want my face floating out there on the internet for all to see. But there's also another reason that I haven't really mentioned here. I used to watch a lot of luxury YouTube channels. I still do, actually. But before I started my own channel, I watched a lot of these luxury videos to do my own research on handbags and items that I was interested in, and they were very helpful. However, most of the time, I found that the videos really kind of zoned in on the YouTuber's face. So for example, if a handbag is being reviewed, instead of me being able to see close up the actual details of the handbag, the sides, the bottom, the inside, oftentimes the camera was zoomed in on the YouTuber's face talking, and the YouTuber would explain the handbag details, but I wouldn't really get a good look, and I'm a very visual person. So it was also out of a sense of frustration that when I started my own channel, I told myself, I'm going to zoom in on the actual product. If I'm talking about a handbag, I'm showing the handbag. So a lot of times there are videos like this where I don't really have eye candy and you're literally just talking or hearing my talking hands. But for the most part, there is something to look at, and that's usually the item itself. So that's definitely one of the reasons why I gravitate towards not showing my face and really focusing on the reviews that I'm doing of the actual products, just because I prefer to watch videos like that myself, and I was trying to fill a need or a niche in the YouTube community. Okay, when did I get my first payment? So I got my first payment in February of 2020. So that was about 4 months after starting my YouTube channel. Some would say that's a very fast kind of acceleration. And yeah, I think it was. You do have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to monetize your channel. And there are other sort of benchmarks that you have to hit based on YouTube rules. I was kind of a dummy because I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark and I didn't even really know what that meant. And I wasn't really sort of focused on that. So I didn't monetize. You have to actually click kind of like a button. There's like an option to start monetizing, and I didn't do that for a little while. But it was in February of 2020 that I got my first payment from Google AdSense. And for those of you who don't know, the vast majority of revenue for YouTubers comes from Google AdSense. Every time you watch a video, if there are ads playing in the background or popping up here and there, that's how YouTubers get paid. It is literally like pennies on the dollar, but it all adds up. So at that point in February of 2020, my first payment from Google AdSense was $209.15. Yes, it's not a whole lot of money, but I was so over the moon happy, just as much as I was happy to get like my first 100 subscribers. Because for me, this is a creative, fun outlet, and that's the primary thing for me, to have fun. I always said, if this stops being fun, I'm no longer doing YouTube, and I am 100% absolutely honest about that. So for me, it was bonus because I'm doing something that I want to do because it's fun, it's a creative outlet, it's a stress reliever. I get to connect with you guys, build community, and then I get paid. You're kidding me? It's like bonus. So it was $209.15. And then, of course, it has grown since then, but it's very inconsistent depending on how your videos perform month by month. So that's definitely something I wanted to share because I know you have been curious about it. In terms of equipment and what I needed to start, when I made my first video, and it's still up, you can check it out if you go in chronological order. My very first, oldest video was a review on my MZ Wallace tote bag, which I still have and use. And literally, I was holding my iPhone and holding the bag in the other hand and just like filming like this. So it was kind of shaky and I didn't have a microphone, and it was also kind of dark because I wasn't facing the right way. But it's okay. I just uploaded it and closed my eyes and just hoped that somebody found it to be helpful, and that's where it started. So you really don't need any fancy equipment. At this point, what I have is still my iPhone. It's an old one, iPhone 7 Plus. Yes, I'm not really tech. I'm not really into tech and upgrades and things like that. So it's just a plain old iPhone. And then we have a very simple tripod. And I know many of you have asked me to share which tripod it is. It has been discontinued. It has been discontinued for a couple of years now. I know because my husband is the one who researched it. If I can find a really similar one on Amazon, I will link it down below in my description box. There are so many options on Amazon. It's literally a simple tripod. I have a picture of it somewhere on my Instagram. And then there is this little thing, sort of like top piece where you can slide in your phone. And then there's a portion where you can put in a little microphone. So I have a tiny, tiny little microphone, and then I have a dead cat, which is kind of like this furry looking thing that kind of helps to block out some of the outside surrounding noises. And it's perfect timing, as you can hear. There's a siren passing right by my building, and you could probably hear it, but it's not going to be nearly as loud because I have the dead cat over the mic. And what that does is it kind of helps to zone in on my voice versus picking up too much of the external voice. But that siren's really loud, so you probably still hear it. So that's it. That's all I have. Nothing fancy. In terms of like investment to get started, it would probably be like less than $200 total. And I do not plan to get any fancier, to be honest with you. In terms of lighting, I have no artificial lighting. I just try to film on sunnier days, and I try to film with my back towards the window so that the sun is kind of coming through the camera. I feel like that's the best lighting that I could ever find instead of, some kind of lamp. However, if your content is going to be something that's like really detailed, if you're going to do, for example, makeup tutorials, you might need to get one of those, I don't know what they're called, but they're like those circle lights. Seems like every makeup YouTuber has them. It'll be brighter, lighter. It'll probably make you look better. So it depends on the type of content that you want to produce. But for the purposes of what I'm doing, where I'm showcasing items really up close, I don't think I need anything else at this point, but you guys let me know. Okay, so here are some of the perks, I guess, or benefits. Once you get to a certain amount of views, you're going to start to get bombarded with companies and brands that want to work with you. They will offer sponsorship fees. They will offer affiliate partnerships. They will offer just free products for you to sample. And this is where I think a level of discipline has to come in. It's so, so important. That's what I actually wanted to use this notebook for, because that I feel like is one of the biggest things to keep in mind for any YouTuber: discipline. So the discipline comes in the form of being able to really sort of strictly filter and vet all of these opportunities and invitations. Some of them are just garbage, to be honest with you. Some of them are great, but they're just not relevant. Recently, I did a video on designer alternatives, and I showed an alternative to the Baccarat Rouge 540 perfume. Ever since I uploaded that video, I've been getting so many solicitations from companies that do scented items like scented candles, scented bath bombs. And I'm like, no. I specifically went and sought out an alternative to my favorite perfume. It doesn't mean I'm going to now feature everything in the world that's scented, right? So 99.99999% of the solicitations that I receive, I reject or I ignore. You know, it's nearly 100%. You guys know that, like, very rarely do I have anything sponsored. So you got to be disciplined if you're going to start your own YouTube channel. You don't want to get sidetracked by taking every opportunity that comes your way. With that being said, I do have this unboxing. This is not sponsored, and I don't get anything, like nothing for this. This is literally me sampling it and then sharing with you guys. The reason why I didn't ignore this one and I actually accepted it is because I'm a foodie, okay? I like food, and this is a box of treats, and I don't know if this company knew that I was Korean. You guys know my parents are from Seoul, but I was born here in New York City, so I'm a Korean American. When they reached out with their sort of like invitation, they showed me a sample of one of their boxes, and it was full of Korean treats. And I was like, turns out they're actually an international treats company. So what they do is they actually curate boxes, and every month or so they rotate and they feature snacks and treats from different countries. So in this case, it wasn't Korea. In this case, the box that I got is from Russia. So I thought this was really cool. Look at this, first of all. Oh my gosh. I felt so spoiled. So this is definitely one of the perks of being a YouTuber. If there is a product that you're genuinely interested in trying for yourself and they offer for you to sample it for free, why not? Why not, right? You don't want to accumulate all kinds of junk, but if you're genuinely interested, like me and my husband, my 2 kids, we love treats and sweets. So this is really, really fun. All different packaging, all kinds of sweets we've never seen before, we've never tasted before. So let's see here. Really quickly, it gives you a breakdown of all of the treats inside the box. I was also able to secure a promo code for you guys. So if you're interested in trying something like this, I will link the promo code down below in my description box. But I just think this is so fun. It's also really fun for gift giving if you have someone that, you know, you want to surprise for their birthday or a special occasion. And if you're kind of getting bored of the local snacks that you usually pick up at your supermarket, you want to try something different and kind of shake it up a bit, I think this is really fun. So definitely a perk is getting freebies. I think many people would probably accept more freebies than I do just because it's really fun. But I am a bit of a minimalist when it comes to keeping things really sort of simple and tidy and clutter-free at home. So that's another reason why I don't accept a lot of things, even if they are cool items. If I don't need them and I'm just not interested in them, I'm going to decline because for me, that's another headache. Now I have to figure out where to put it and where to store it, but this is edible. So I'm definitely going to tear into this with my kids tonight. I have been asking them to hold off so that I can film this first. So yeah, there'll be more information in my description box for Try Treats. Definitely want to share that. So definitely that is a fun benefit. Of course, the major benefit is that you have this sort of medium where you can connect with people who are like-minded and have similar interests. So whether you're talking about food or luxury handbags or you name it, you can connect and it's really fun. You have conversations in the comment sections and you learn together and you share. And I think that's the number one benefit for sure. Also, I do think that my presentation, my way of articulating, my way of storytelling, my way of communicating has definitely been honed over the last couple of years because I'm literally talking on and on by myself, sitting in a room into a microphone, and you just have to clean it up a bit so that your listeners are not, straining their ears to say, what is she trying to say? So it forces you to be a little bit more clear, a little bit more concise. So that is also a benefit in terms of like your own personal communication style and your personal development. One of the things that I do want to caution you though, is that this YouTuber experience is all consuming. Okay. And this is another reason why we have to focus on this word here, discipline. I write a lot of things down. I'm very visual and I need to seal it, cement it in my head by writing. Discipline also needs to come in the form of, not letting it consume you entirely. Like I could literally screw all my priorities and be like, I'm going to film all day. I'm going to edit all day. I'm going to upload all day. Like it really gets quite addictive. So you have to have somewhat of a regimen or a schedule so that you're taking care of your other priorities and you're not getting way too sucked into this. You also don't want to be sucked into the YouTube analytics and oh, this video is doing well. Oh no, this video is not doing well. You kind of have to put that all to the wayside and just do you, because the YouTube analytics, it's pretty vicious and really irregular and inconsistent, and they are based on the whims of people, and we know people are all of us are pretty inconsistent in our behaviors to a certain extent. One day we like something, one day we don't. So you don't want to get sucked into any of this. And also the money generating. If you start to generate more money and you get more subscribers and you get more opportunities for sponsorships and all of that, you still want to be disciplined and remember why you started this in the first place, what your initial goals were, because otherwise you can really go off track and start to get kind of like consumed and a bit greedy about these things that weren't really important to you in the first place. Okay, so you kind of need your North Star, your compass. The other thing I'm going to caution you is if you have, a sensitive, soft heart, and we all do to a certain extent. But if you're quite sensitive about what other people say about you and what other people think about you, you may want to kind of like build up your thick skin, you build up your stamina or your tolerance for these things. Because in the beginning, when I started getting kind of like mean comments or rude comments or even like outrageous, ridiculous comments that didn't make sense, I would personally feel like appalled and I would feel upset or, so I would feel like I either need to reply to it, I need to apologize, I need to clarify, I need to defend. And over the last couple of years, I have learned very, very quickly that not a lot of people comment negatively. Okay, this is very important. If you focus on the negative people, you can go down a whole rabbit hole with that. If I'm honest with myself, 99% or more of you are incredibly supportive, kind, and just lovely, hilarious, interesting, generous, just so positive. So I want to focus on the 99% of you, and the 1% or less who is kind of snarky or rude or what have you. That's okay. They must be having a bad day, or maybe that's their outlet. Like, this is my creative outlet on YouTube. Maybe their outlet is to be snarky to other people online. Who knows? But it's not about you. So I just wanted to put that out there because if you're starting your own channel, it is inevitable that someone's going to rub you the wrong way. Someone's going to leave a comment that's not nice. And you don't want to let that get to you too much. I've gotten to a point now where I really genuinely don't care that much. The only times that I really care is if I have a loyal subscriber that I know has been around for a long time and they almost always write such positive, supportive comments, and then all of a sudden there's something a little off. Then I will check in, then I will respond, or I will ask a question, or I will clarify it just to make sure I understood. But if you're like a nobody who came out of nowhere and is just trolling my channel, it's okay. Hopefully you'll have a better day tomorrow. If there are comments with like profanity and like absolutely outrageous discriminatory remarks or things like that, I will delete them. Or I might give you a chance by responding. And then if you continue with your rant, I will block. And these are all tools that are at your disposal as a YouTuber. At the end of the day, you are pretty much in control of managing your channel and who basically enters and doesn't enter. I try not to delete comments unless I've given at least 1 or 2 chances by replying myself and seeing if they will kind of come back around. And a lot of times people do, because most of us are reasonable. But those are the things I would watch out for. I have talked to many, many YouTubers in the luxury community, and many of them are much bigger channels than me, and they've been around longer. And the level of anxiety and stress that they feel when they get mean comments is really upsetting. And they get really, really hurt by it, some of them. And some of them, no matter how hard they try, it gets them down, makes them feel depressed. And, they start to question themselves and their abilities. And I stopped myself from ever getting to that point early on because I told myself, this isn't about being liked. This is for me to have an outlet and for me to connect with wonderful people. And thankfully, 99% of you are wonderful. So I have had those conversations with my fellow YouTubers, and I have given advice, hoping that they can take it all with a grain of salt and really balance their perspective and focus on all the supportive, wonderful people that they do have that's in the positive corner, right? But please go in with your eyes wide open if you are going to start a YouTube channel, especially in the luxury community. There just seems to be a lot of snarkiness and jealousy and competition and judgment and all of that criticism. I don't think I have received that much, to be frank, or maybe I'm just thick-skinned. I feel like part of it is that I'm a New Yorker, so I don't really take things very seriously. I don't really mind if you don't like me. I respect that's your perspective and your opinion. So maybe that's just my skewed perspective. Maybe I do get a lot of snarky comments and I just don't even register it. But depending on how sensitive you are and you know yourself, something to consider. So I just definitely want to mention that. But overall, my YouTube experience has been very positive, and I plan to continue this as long as it stays fun. I have always said to myself, to my husband, to my kids, not many people know I have a YouTube channel, so that's pretty much my orbit, maybe a couple of friends. The minute it stops being fun, I'm done. Goodbye, checked out, my channel shuts down, I'm over. Like that's my criteria. That's just how it is. So thank you all for making it so fun. Thank you for motivating me to continue to make videos. Thank you for being supportive, and thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for those of you who had the questions. And if you are planning to start your own YouTube channel, I say go for it. 2022 is your year. Make a video. Don't even watch it. Just put it up. That's what I did with my first one. I couldn't even watch my first one on my own. It was like cringeworthy. So I just uploaded it, closed my eyes, went to sleep, and then I just kind of rode the ride. So that's what I would recommend for you. Good luck. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.